All right, boys and girls, this is Unit 10, Return of the Wolves, a magazine article. Please make sure you have your vocabulary workbook inside, in front of you. I'm going to read it just like how we did in school. Except we would listen to it, but I'm going to read it. I want you to follow along as I'm reading it. Okay. And the same thing as we did last time. I'm gonna have you pause at the end so that you can do the same thing that we did. Go back and try to use your context clues and your background knowledge on what the words are. And then you'll press play and we will find out the definitions of these words. Okay. All right. Return of the Wolves. Two young children reading fairy tales. Wolves are villains. These animals cause terrible distress for Little Red Riding Hood and other children who take shortcuts through the woods to avoid being tardy. They also eat up grandmothers and frighten little pigs. Many adults fear wolves too. For years, the animals have been hunted and killed for a variety of reasons. Ranchers killed wolves to protect their cattle. Other people shot wolves because they thought wolves were evil and unfit for life on Earth. Still, others wanted them for fun and would often go on hunting sprees. By the early 1900s, there were few wolves left in America. By 1930, there was not a wolf left in Yellowstone National Park. Very few survived in other parts of the United States. When all the wolves disappeared from Yellowstone National Park, large herds of elk lost their only enemy. The big moose-like creatures could sift through shrubs with berries, and also through willow and aspen trees and eat without fear. As a result, many plants and trees vanished from the park. Many birds and insects vanished too, because they depended on the plants and trees for their homes and for food. In the late 1900s, the United States Fish and Wildlife Service decided to bring back the wolf. In 1995, wildlife biologists traveled to Canada to trap wolves. Then they proceeded to bring the wolves back to Yellowstone National Park. The animals would be protected there. They could dwell safely in the park. 31 wolves were registered and fitted with radio collars that kept track of their movements. As years went by, there were more and more wolves. What happened after the wolves returned to the park? The results were outstanding. The wolves hunted elk, and this meant that there were now fewer of the big hoofed animals to eat plants within the park. As a result, trees and shrubs grew back. Birds and insects returned. Today, wolves are considered threatened. This means they could disappear unless humans continue to protect them. One of the biggest steps we can take toward that goal is to understand wolves rather than fear them. Wolf families. Wolves live together in groups called packs. A pack is made of 2 or more adults and several young wolves, which are called pups. Wolves live in a den. The den keeps them from being drenched by rain or chilled by snow. An adult watches over the growing pups when other wolves hunt. Other adults in the pack bring back meat for the pups. The leftover bones or feathers from the pups' meals become toys. In the pups' games, the toys will be killed many times. When the juvenile wolves begin to hunt with the older adults, the pups remember their play and use it to hunt small animals like rabbits and mice. Wolf facts. Today, Yellowstone National Park has between 250 and 300 wolves. Wolves can travel as far as 12 miles a day. A wolf can eat 20 pounds of meat at a time. Wolves from the same pack work together to trap and attack elk, deer, and moose. It is rare for a wolf to attack a human. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to press pause and try to figure out what those words are. Use your context clues, use your background knowledge, and then press play. Okay, pause. Okay, ready to hear the definitions of the words? All right, so our new words, Unit 10. Here we go. Number 1 is distress. Distress is a noun. It is deep worry or suffering, being in danger or in trouble. Helicopters can help rescue people in distress. Now you say the word. Distress. Excellent. So distress it's a noun. It's like a suffering, being in danger. Distress is also a verb. It is to trouble or upset, to cause worry or stress, to make unhappy. Our dogs, who bark at every noise, may distress our sick neighbor. Say the word again. Excellent. Distress. So a distress is a deep worry, a suffering, and to distress is to trouble or upset something. So let's take a look at some of the synonyms. An anxiety, a grief. To distress is to bother, to disturb, to irritate. Okay, the next word, number 2, is drench. Drench is a verb. It is to wet or soak through and through, to cover to or fill completely. A night of rain is enough to drench the field. Now you say the word drench. Excellent. Drench is a verb, so to drench is like to wet something so thoroughly. For example, if you look at one of the synonyms, it's flood. So we can say that our classroom was drenched when it was raining that one Friday that it was nonstop. So to drench is to cover or fill completely. All right, number 3 is dwell. To dwell is a verb, and that is to live, especially in a particular place. To remain, stay, to keep one's attention on something. Do you think that human beings will one day dwell on the moon? Now you say the word. Great, dwell. So to dwell is to live someplace, to remain. So for example, I dwell here in my house, right? So I live here in my house. Number 4 is juvenile, and that is an adjective. That is not fully grown, of or meant for children or young people, foolish or immature. His juvenile pranks are so annoying. Now you say the word juvenile. Excellent. So something that is juvenile, like an adjective, it is something that's kind of foolish or mature, like, oh, what a silly juvenile joke you just said. You know, something that's kind of like immature, foolish, not fully grown, something meant for children. So, oh, if you go to that park over there, that's for the juveniles or juvenile park. A juvenile, it's a noun, it's a young person or an individual. The play has a big part for a juvenile. So that would be a young person. So like you guys, you're juveniles, right? Because you're young kids. All right, number 5 is outstanding. That is an adjective that is standing apart from others due to excellent. It also means unpaid. The firefighter was praised for her outstanding bravery. Now you say the word. Excellent, outstanding. So something that's outstanding is remarkable, great, noteworthy, unusual, right? Also, it also means unpaid too. So for example, if someone forgot to pay a few parking tickets, someone can say, well, you have outstanding tickets that you need to pay. So they're unpaid. All right, number 6 is proceed. Proceed is a verb, and that is to go on or continue in an orderly way, to start again after a pause, to start an action, to move. We must proceed directly to a hospital. Now you say the word. Excellent, proceed. To proceed is to go on, to continue, to advance, to progress. So in a few weeks, you will proceed to 5th grade, right? Guys are almost done. So to start again after a pause, after a summer vacation, right? Okay, number 7 is register. Register is a noun. It is an official record book, the range of a voice or musical instrument, a machine that records data. How many names are in the class register? Now you say the word. Register. Excellent. So a register, it's like a record book or a machine that records data. So for example, at the grocery store, that's you go to the register. That's the machine that you pay and that's a cash register. To register, it's also a verb. It's to sign up for something, to show on a scale, to know or understand. When must we register for Little League? So to register is to sign up, right? You know, like what we registered for, like Run HTC back in the past, or registered for soccer or something, okay? So to sign up for something. All right, number 8 is sift. To sift, it's a verb, is to put through a strainer to separate or break up lumps, to sort through or examine. It took some time to sift through all the mail. Now you see the word? Sift. Yes, sift. So to sift is like, if you've ever gone to the beach and you have, you know, your bag of sand toys, and there's like that plastic one that has a bunch of little holes. So you put it in the sand and then you dig it up and you kind of shake it around. You sift through it, and then you get like the bigger pieces of like the bigger shells and stuff. That's to sift. So to sift is to put through a strainer. Or like if some of you guys are bakers, you to sift the flour to make it not lumpy. To sort through or examine. So like I could, for example, I can say I'm sifting through all my papers here. I'm trying to find this paper. I'm all frantic. So to sift is to go through something, or to put it through a strainer, like you can say like a sifter. So something that you can kind of like sift something. So that's to break apart, to separate or break up lumps. All right, spree. Spree is a noun. It is a lively or wild outburst of activity. The prize was a 30-minute shopping spree. Now you say the word spree. A spree is like a wild outburst of activity. So I would love to have a shopping spree at Target, meaning, you know, someone says, okay, Mrs. Romero, you have 30 minutes to get whatever you need. So I would take that shopping spree and I'd go and try to get everything I can. So some of the synonyms are a riot, a binge, a bash, a fling, a splurge. Sometimes I'm going a little bit of a shopping spree with my Amazon cart. I don't necessarily purchase them, but I do add to the cart, right? All right, so that's spree. Number 10 is tardy. I'm pretty sure many of you used your background knowledge and knew what the word tardy was, right? So tardy is an adjective that is not on time, delayed, or something that is slow moving. Have you ever been tardy for school? Now you said the word tardy. Good. So to be tardy is to be late, right? Not on time. That question, have you ever been tardy for school? I know that I have, so I know some of you guys have too. So tardy is to be late, to not be on time. Number 11 is unfit. That is an adjective. Not suitable or proper, not good enough, unhealthy. The flood made tap water unfit to drink. Now you say the word unfit. Excellent. So something that is unfit is not suitable or proper. So for example, if I wanted to go hiking and I had my sandals here, they would be unfit, right? They would not be sturdy enough to go hiking. They're not suitable for hiking, right? So unfit is an adjective. So some of the synonyms: bad, improper, inappropriate, inadequate, unqualified, incompetent. The antonyms are suitable, proper, appropriate. So obviously antonyms are all opposite, right? All right, and number 12 is variety. Variety is a noun. It is the change, lack of sameness, a number of different forms or types, a category of plants or animals. The old saying tells us that variety is the spice of life. Now you say the word variety. Excellent. So a variety, it's a noun. It's a change, a category of plants. It's a lack of sameness. So something that's like different. Like it would be nice to have a variety of meals throughout the week instead of always eating pizza. So a change, right? Some of the synonyms: diversity, difference, and assortment. So just many things. It's nice to have a variety of books to read. Okay. All right. So those are your 12 vocabulary words for the next 2 weeks. Remember that you will have Spelling City assigned to you. So for those 2 weeks, even if you finish all the games, boys and girls, keep playing those Spelling City words games, because it's going to really help you spell the word, learn the definition, learn the parts of speech. Those games are very, very helpful in Spelling City. Friday, we will do our spelling test during our Zoom meeting. Wednesday, same thing. We'll do our spelling pre-test where I will have you take we'll do it during our Zoom meeting, and then I'll have you send me the picture, and I will tell you if you have to take the spelling test on Friday or not. And then these are our words for the next 2 weeks, all right? Unit 10.